Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my Ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe and please go and donate on patreon.com. So today we are going to do the police SRG menu number 1. The lunch portion or meal B. So they tell you exactly what to eat here, so let's see what we are going to have for lunch. We are going to have the 2 lemon drinks. Of course on their paper they gave you, they sort of tells you exactly how to prepare all of these meals. So these 2 drinks takes a cup of water, and of course I didn't read it before breakfast. I only read it now, or translated it now. So you're supposed to use hot water, but I'm going to just use a bit of hot water in one just to dissolve the crystals, and add cold water to do it cold. And the other one we will do hot for comparison. So this is sort of a lemon flavored tea with green tea extract. And we've got another knife, fork, spoon and little spoon set with a serviette. We are going to do the meatballs. We are also going to do the dried fruit, and we're going to do the 2 packets of crackers. So we do have some salt and pepper if you want to use it. We checked out the towel with breakfast. It's quite a nice little towel. So we're not going to do it now. We're going to check out the other little sweet. We're also not going to check out these 2. We will, or maybe we'll do the coffee one as well. We're going to do the mints for dinner, or the chewing gum. And this again, of course, is the little handle you get. You sort of just hook it over here. Just they remove the lid, but we'll check it out just now. So we will pop that away. Put this here to the side. So let's get started on this little things. Now this can take a little beating, but everything seems fine. Nothing spilled out of it. You do have this lid to cover the can, and they say not to store if you open this, not eat it. Don't store it for, I can't remember, is it a few hours? This is not sort of safe to eat then, but you can see there you have got your thing. So if you want to use it on your stove, there you've got this little handle. Very neat. But we will not use it on the stove because I have a microwave at hand. But let's hope this is not, of course this can is a bit dented, but the contents is still fine. This is a very, very, it's thicker than the Russian stuff or the old German stuff, but there we go. Smells the sort of meat. Let's zoom in here, and there you can see the resulting whatever that is. You can feel it. It's saucy. There's some carrots and stuff in there. I'm not going to read everything. I'm not going to heat up everything here. This is supposed to be meatballs. I hope it's meatballs. But I will heat it up, and we will I'll heat some of it up. Some of it we will check out cold, just because it's there. So I'll go and heat this up. Let's just zoom. You can see, I think there is carrots in there. At least. This is sort of in a meatballs in a vegetable sauce. It's a shame that the cans are so dented, because I don't know if I can reuse the cans with the lids anyway. But, well, we'll pop the lid out there. Now before we go, let's just see how this tea stuff looks. The other one was the sort of pink little balls. This one, not pink little balls, this is sort of, is it orange? Yellow? Sort of yellow little balls. Tastes lemony. It also smells lemony. So we will unbox everything mix everything, and we will be back. I of course still have a coffee left, but I'm not going to do the coffee. I think there's enough stuff here. I only used one coffee for breakfast. Oh well, before we go, let's just look at this fruit stuff. You can see here, gusseted pouch, tear notch. Of course it doesn't tear nicely. Sort of get a strawberry smell, and there you've got the block. And there's some fruities in there. You can of course use this, which is nice. I think this is an excellent thing. You can use it for your fruit as well. And if you run out of that little... Where are they now? These cups of yours that you get, which I'm also not going to use. I can find better uses for them. You can use it as a cup to hold your stuff, and of course you can nibble on this and seal it up. And if you don't finish, let's say your crackers or anything else, you want to just seal it up and have an emergency drinking vessel or storage thing. The Polish rations I like. There's a lot of storage stuff you can either use for storage or not. If these cans are not as dented as this one is, you can actually clean them thoroughly, and you've got your lid and use it to store other stuff in. Very versatile rations, these Polish stuff, or the SRG anyway. Quite cool. So I'll go and mix everything. So this is, you are just supposed to eat like this. You're not supposed to mix with water, but we will see if I want to do something. I don't know. Alright, everything has been mixed. You can see there the spoon is sort of cracked, so I'm not going to use the spoon though, but there's enough other cutlery that we can use. So we will start where? Let's start with the teas. These are the lemon ones. The yellow in the yellow glass is hot, and in the normal white glass is the cold one. So let's taste. Alright, the cold one just tastes like any normal cold lemon drink. The hot one. Right between the two, this tastes like the cold one, and not very sweet lemon drink. Not very a bit artificial, but not really. Maybe a bit, but you definitely get the lemony taste. Maybe a bit artificial, but it's a nice taste. Now the hot one, I try to use, well, I use the same amount of water for both these drinks. The hot one, to me, tastes a bit more sweeter. The lemoniness, the lemon is almost a bit sweeter, but definitely a slight different flavor. To me anyway, is in these, when you have it hot or cold. The hot one almost tastes like these hot lemon cold drinks you get, sort of a mid lemon thing. Not as astringency made lemony, but still very sweet. It's well, both of them is actually nice. The one is a bit hot. As I said, the hotness brings the sugariness, I think, of the lemon a bit more to the front. So we will do what? Our meatball next. So this is a totally huge meatball. You can see there. Huge meatball. We'll just cut it here, but you can see it's easy, relatively easy to cut with these cutlery. Maybe if I actually use a fork. So let's see there. Let's actually cut this there. Oh, this is the cold one. You can see meat, sort of relatively smooth structure there. So let's taste. It's got a slight processed meat taste. I actually want to taste the... Oh well, let's use the spoon anyway. I don't want to contaminate the other spoon I have. Let's taste the broth. Cold. There we go. There's some carrots, I think. Sort of oniony, carroty, potatoey. Quite nice. this is not bad cold. So we've got our crackers, the normal Polish crackers. It did take a little bit of a beating. Now the crackers taste like normal. Of course, don't bite these crackers with your front teeth, you will break them. So there we see our hot ones. So we heated it up. Just move you out of the way. These are quite big meatballs. I said the cold ones slightly processy. The hot ones isn't bad to cut. I just can't really see what the hell I'm doing down there. So there we go. Very much the same structure, it looks like. Alright, the structure is a nice ground meat structure. Taste is a bit processy. That salty processed taste. The cold one tastes much more salty than the hot one. The broth, let's do the broth. Where's that spoon again? So there we go, the broth we got. Alright, so the meatball, as I said, a bit more salty when it's dry or cold. The same with the sauce, a bit more salty when it's cold. The sauce is a bit more gelatinous when it's cold. When it's hot, it's nice and fluid. You can distinguish the vegetables, although it's very soft. The carrot's got a nice soft structure, but you can differentiate it from the sauce. Cold, not so much. So we will taste the sauce with our crackers. And you break them to eat. I'll also taste a bit of the meatballs here as well. Not going to show you that bit, but... Alright, so I've tasted both the hot and the cold meatballs with the crackers. The hot one is much softer on the cracker than the cold one, of course. The saltiness of the cold one does go better for me, I think, with the crackers. Then the hot one becomes a bit too bland, and the crackers, of course, they've got that caraway seed flavor thing going. It does overwhelm the hot one, I think, more than it does the cold one. So what are we gonna do now? So what do I think about this dish? You can eat the meatballs both hot and cold. The sauce, I think, is better hot. Cold, it's a bit gelatinous, not so nice. But if you want to say keep a meatball or so, one of the meatballs or two of the meatballs cold to eat with your crackers, it is good. The hot sauce, nice. The sauce gets much softer or smoother and runnier. And it's nice to eat with the crackers as well. I think the crackers will absorb it as well nice when it's hot. You sometimes do want to let these crackers soak in something because, well, they are deadly to teeth. So the last thing we have got is our fruit. There we go, freeze-dried fruit here. So let's taste some. You can see there different types. I'm not sure what everything is there, but we will taste. This is some or other berry. Okay, this has got that spongy, crispy, almost foamy freeze-dried structure. It's a bit sour, but you don't get that sourness immediately. It's sort of intense flavor. You have to basically chew it first or get it wet in your saliva first before you taste the flavor there. So I've made some bit soft in water. Let's just drain the excess water. So nice. The water took on a little bit of a soury taste, so let's taste these fruits. So reconstituted, they lose some of that sourness. It gets absorbed by the water. You do get a slight spongy or that slight soft. It's not a. It's almost not. It's sort of the structure becomes sort of soft. More fruit-like, although it's a bit softer than it would normally be. Sort of a lumpy fruit structure, which isn't bad. The taste, of course, tastes just like normal fruit again. And it's quite nice. So if you want to reconstitute this, it's almost more a canned fruit structure, I think. Just a bit softer than a canned fruit structure. It's not as sweet because there's no sugar here. But you do lose that souriness which I think is good for if you are thirsty. Now this, the dried ones, again, that sponge is sort of a, I don't know, it's sort of a foamy, sort of, yeah, it's more of a hard dried foam structure there, and a bit quite sour, which is also nice. So if you rehydrate the fruit, you get a totally different texture and taste from when it is dried. And then of course we just have these. So the other stuff we do have, I'm not going to use the salt or the pepper, but you may want to use these. Now the coffee one I do like, very coffee taste. Here we go, this is the coffee one. A coffee smell, although the packaging here just smells a bit of the pepper. But you do get a slight coffee smell here, and it's really nice. So very nice coffee taste here. You do get that vibrant coffee taste, which is nice. So this is the other Dixie candy, the vitamin C one. This is a maybe lemon, it looks like that. Also hard on the outside and soft on the inside. Yes, definitely a lemony. There you can, I think you can see the soft inside there, hard outside. So the lemon flavor of the candy, sour is sweet, very very much similar to these iced teas you get. So if you want a variety, just don't do the lemon one with lunch. Now what did I think of, and the coffee one, nice coffee taste, quite good. So what did I think about this meal? The lemon teas, let's do it again. The hot one does bring the sugar and sort of the sugary lemoniness out. The cold one, more astringent, not so sweet lemoniness, but quite nice. So both sort of a different flavor profile for me in the hot and the cold drinks, which is a good thing if you want variety. That's cool. The fruit, the taste differs remarkably when you actually add a bit of water to the fruit. Of course your texture is a bit softer than normal, sort of a lumpy fruit texture, but the souriness that the freeze-dried fruit has totally disappears when you add the extra bit of water there. And of course you get a little bit of a fruit sauce with the water that's left. So if you add a bit extra water, you get a little bit of fruit sauce, fruit flavored water plus your fruit, and the souriness disappears. These are just the normal crackers here, quite hard, but I'm used to rusks, so they are not really that hard or difficult for me to eat. And the meatballs, totally different structure in the sauces when it's hot and cold. The meat does taste a bit processed or not canned, sort of a bit canned, but you do get it, and the structure in the meatballs are nice. You get that minced meat structure. It's not sort of a fine grained, it's sort of a big grained minced meat. The flavor is nice, sort of a savory flavor overall. Your sauce of course is nicer hot than cold, it's a bit gelatinous, but, and you can differentiate or feel the pieces of vegetable here in the hot sauce. So this was a lunch. I enjoyed this menu, it's nice overall. And this was the SRG, Polish SRG military ration menu number 1, and it was menu B or lunch. Next one is going to be dinner, which is the smallest meal. So from the extras I added the coffee candy and the lemon candy and the salt and pepper. For dinner we are going to have the nice chocolate with the extras, so I'm going to add that to the meal. And of course you can eat your extras whenever you want to. So this was meal B, and of course the original meal B components is the rusks or the crackers, the meatballs, the tea and the fruit. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and please go and donate on patreon.com, and see you at my next Russian review.